So this is a Sterling Eccles Topaz. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got a jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have your two gas bottle tie downs and your gas pipe work going up to the regulator on the bulkhead. It's a reverse thread fitment that goes into the front of the gas bottle itself. So you need to turn this the opposite way to a standard bottle cap, for instance, to release it from the bottle. But like I said, a maximum of two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles at any time. Coming outside the caravan, you've got your Aldi heating and hot water flue. Very simple there. As the flue does on the side of your house, no difference at all there. To leave it open all the time, you can never cover it. Then got your two wind down legs on either side of the front to stabilise the caravan while it's on the side. They're already there for stabilising and not lifting the van. So like I said, if you do lift the caravan with these legs, it potentially damage the floor of the caravan. Next up you've got your water pump connection. Very simple to use. Pull back the trigger and release it from the side of the caravan and push it in and lock it in place. The pickup pipe needs to be fully submerged in water prior to turning the water pump on. Battery box and your mains power lead. Battery is just on there to demo everything is working. That will come off at the end of the handover, but then your mains power lead connects directly to the power on site. You've then got your two fridge vents. The two fridge vents are very simple there to allow the fridge system to allow the hot air at the back and take some cool air in. And behind the top cover on the right hand side you have a gas flute for when you're in the fridge on gas. Motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll talk the wheel nuts while you're here on site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover so you can see how that works and walk you through it. Fresh water that goes in the front of the caravan has to come out somewhere, so you've got your two waste pipes on the side of the van here. They are very simply there to allow the waste water out, so it's been through the fresh water system and it's been through the sinks and the shower. It'll come back out the side of the van down here. You'll need 2 bits of grey pipe that go into the large diameter holes and drop down inside the waste master. You've then got your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here prior to using the toilet, and a cap full of the pink toilet fluid. In the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back to you. On the back of the van on either side you've got your two wind down legs to stabilise the van while it's on site. They are only there for stabilising the van, again not lifting the van. Coming down the door side, you've got a 3-pin socket so you can have power out to your awning, storage locker for underneath your front seating area, and a barbecue gas point, and the last wind down leg. Above the door, as you come into the caravan, you've got your main power button, so you've got power on. You've got an indicator to say you've got mains power coming from the site you're on to the caravan. You've got your leisure battery voltage on the left hand side, and when you connect it to the car it'll bring up the vehicle battery voltage coming to the caravan on the right hand side. You've also then got a light on the car itself, so when you connect it to the car it will tell you that you're connected to the car and the caravan. If you've got all three connected then you will need to make the decision whether you can disconnect in the car or the caravan. Water pump run I'll come back to in a moment, and view levels again just brings up these leisure battery voltages on either side or the vehicle battery voltage. First thing you need to do when you come into the van is fill the water system up. So you can open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system, as you can see here. So you can open all the taps up. You can come underneath the seat on the front right hand side, and underneath the seat on the front right hand side you've got your drain down valve. So what you're going to need to do is you need to make sure that drain down valve is flat with the floor as it is at the moment. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the system onto the floor underneath the van. So flat with the floor to fill the system up. Once you've got that valve flat with the floor, you're going to turn on the water pump and the water system will start filling up. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. While that's just going through the process of filling up the system, I'm just going to show you where the main control panels are. So you've got your master system shut down here, which is your main power switch for the caravan. You've got your battery charger, and you've got your heating and hot water system main power switches. You'll need to have both of these on for the heating and hot water systems to work, and also for the battery to charge on board the caravan. Down below that you've got your 12 volt fuses on the left hand side with a list of what each of those is for just here. On the right hand side you've got your 240 trip switches. A little tip for you is if you hit the test switch and this little blue switch here drops down to the bottom, it means you have mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. If it doesn't drop down, it means there is no mains power coming into the caravan. Each of these fuses is individually marked again, and it tells you what each is for on this list just here. So once the water system is completely full, you'll shut all of the taps back off. As you can see, it's not quite full yet, but I'm just going to shut them off as it's not quite filling up. But if you shut all the taps off, like I said, and the water system is full, you can then start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. That's where your control panel here on the opposite side of the caravan comes in. Got your main power switch here for your heating hot water system. You've got an indicator on the top right hand side to say you've got mains power coming into the caravan. Below that, you've got your current room temperature. At the bottom here, you've got your menu button, which you press to go into your menu. So in your menu, you have your room temperature up, minus or plus to set your room temperature, all the way up to 30 degrees. Going to leave it turned off now. Don't think we quite need it on today. Below that, you've got your water temperature. You've got hot water on when it's halfway up, and hot water boost when this bar is completely full. Below that, you have the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. Now, it will depend on what caravan site you're on to what you set this to. If you're on a site with 1, 2, or 3 kilowatts, you can select the relevant power source. Obviously, if you put it on too high and you haven't got enough power available, then it'll potentially trip the caravan site or the power switches inside the caravan. You've then also got the option to run gas. So you can hit the gas option. It will self-ignite on gas when you're on site, and if it fails to ignite, it'll come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks either side of the screen. If it stays ignited, the green icon here will stay on the green, and it means it has ignited on gas and is working as it should. Bottom right hand side of the screen, you've got your option for your options for the caravan. So in here you've got advanced settings such as power supplies, prioritizing power supplies, but for these we do advise you read the manuals that come with the caravan, and we do advise that you understand them fully before you start changing any of these settings. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge unit. Now the fridge is very simple to use. On the front of the fridge you have a power button here to turn the fridge on. At the moment the fridge is trying to ignite on gas. Now if it ignites on gas, essentially this is going to be your pilot light just here. If it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to flash the red warning light on the right hand side, and it'll also flash the blue light just here, and it'll also make a bleeping noise. It will do something very similar to what it's about to do on the 12 volt mode, which I'm just about to show you. So 12 volt mode here is for when you are towing down the road, and essentially is a call box mode. However, if you don't have the correct power supply coming or the correct connection on the back of your car and the correct power supply coming to the caravan from the car, then it will not operate as a call box. If it does work as a call box, then it will go solid blue here, and you do not need to have the control panel turned on above the door. You can turn that control panel off completely up there, and just come inside, hit the fridge button, hit the 12 volt symbol here. But you've got to remember, it is not the 12 volt supply from the caravan, it is just from the car you are towing with. If we hit the 240 volt mode, that will work from your mains power on site, unfortunately for some reason there's no blue light behind the plug symbol. Don't know why they do that for, but essentially when you're on 240 volt mode, the fridge will start operating as a standard fridge. Now on a particularly hot day, the fridge won't cool down as quickly, just due to the fact it can't get the cool air around the back of the elements, so it will take a lot longer to cool down. Now if you're on mains power or gas, you can actually control the fridge temperature on this button on the right hand side, as you can see, and the more amount of blocks you have lit up here, the colder the fridge unit itself will be. Next up, we've got the microwave, hob, grill and oven. Now the microwave and electric hob ring will only work if you have 240 mains coming into the caravan. So as you'll see, it's all on at the moment because we're connected to mains, and that'll be the same for the electric ring at the back here. However, if you haven't got that, it will just be a standard gas hob, grill and oven without the 240 supply going to the hob. You've got your igniter on the front, as you expect to see on any cooker unit. Coming through to the bathroom now. One thing to note, the towel rail in the bathroom holds a lot of heat when it has been on, so bear that in mind if you're going near it, and obviously they do get very hot when the heating's in use. On the toilet itself, you've got a red indicator light that's going to illuminate red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. You've got an electric flush on the toilet here to flush the toilet. You've then got the toilet seat that turns for your convenience. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, it needs to be in this straight on position. Below the toilet, you've also got your grey waste handle. Until you operate the toilet, or when you're using the toilet, sorry, you need to make sure this toilet flap is pushed across to the right hand side, as it is now. And when you're not using the toilet, I would advise you put it back in the central position, stopping these smells coming up inside the van. And also, you'll be able to remove the toilet waste cassette while this handle is in the central position. If it's turned across or pointed across at all, then you will not be able to do that. So this is a Sterling Eccles Topaz. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.